This is the Fully Crypto podcast, your home of quality cryptocurrency and blockchain news, reviews, opinion, and more. My name is Mark Hunter, and I greet you today not with a gay laugh and a song in my heart, but with a sad, somber message. For after today, the Fully Crypto podcast will never be the same again. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with sadness and dismay that I must reveal that today marks the last appearance on the podcast by my co-host, friend, and, I'm very proud to say, my lover, Alex Mears. Alex was one of the pioneers of the Fully Crypto podcast and the Fully Crypto site in general, taking a hands-on role with its inception and its birth, helping to clean up when things got messy, waking up in the night to feed us with fake listening figures, and causing our editor to employ the swearing horn more than he ever thought he'd need to. Having seen Fully Crypto grow from a tiny, wet, slippery, alien-looking thing to a fully functioning crypto news site and accompanying podcast, he is packing his bags and moving on to pastures new. Alex, say it ain't so.
Unfortunately, it is so.
I'm beside myself with grief.
Oh man, I'm sad too. I'm really going to miss these. These are so much fun.
Just to clarify for people that are awfully confused about the situation, Alex is leaving Fully Crypto in the imminent future to go on to pastures new, to bigger and better things, I think, which always makes it not so tough to swallow. I mean, there is a lump in my throat, there is a pain in my chest and a stab in my back, but you know, it's no, I'm joking. I know you're going on to bigger and better things, so it won't be the same without you, but you're doing it for the right reasons, and I wish you all the best after Fully Crypto.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, it's really kind. I'm going to miss these podcasts. They're so much fun. But yes, you guys are going to go on to massive things. You've got an awesome platform, brilliant design. The podcast is awesome. You've got some great guests lined up. Hope I've not ruined anything there for you. But the next few months are going to be awesome for you guys.
I think so. I think we're looking to kind of shake things up and take the opportunity to do things a little bit differently. So we'll see what happens. But you know what? It might be a sad day, but let's make sure you go out with a bang. I think that's important to end on a high note. So, I mean, I don't know if this is necessarily a high note in terms of the topic, but it's going to be a high note in terms of the conversation.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about a certain Craig Stephen Wright,
Mr. Satoshi.
If you are one of the 1%.
If you're brain damaged.
And if you believe the QAnon conspiracy theories, you probably also believe that Craig Wright created Bitcoin because he told you he did. Yeah. For anyone that doesn't know what's happened, potentially might be the case because it's only really been in the last day or so. It's been kind of creeping around and kind of gaining some traction. But I mean, we all know Craig Wright is something of a bully. He uses his power, his influence, he uses Calvin Ayre's money to basically steamroller people into making them believe that he is Satoshi Nakamoto, the creator of Bitcoin. But today, I think he took the bullying to another level. I don't know anyone that likes bullies. If you like bullies, then you probably are a bully. But bullies are weak, they are cowardly, they're fundamentally insecure people who stomp around, shove people around, and pick on people who they perceive to be weaker than them. And Craig Wright's been doing this for a while to try and make us believe that he created Bitcoin. But he went one further today, and for me personally, he stepped over a boundary. He tried to pretty much sue Bitcoin.org and BitcoinCore.org into removing the Bitcoin whitepaper from their website because he claimed it infringed on his copyright, because obviously he says he is the creator of Bitcoin, therefore he wrote the Bitcoin whitepaper. He also tried to claim that he owned copyright of the name Bitcoin and that he was Satoshi Nakamoto. I couldn't believe that when I first read it, but that to me was an absolutely disgusting abuse of power and privilege.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you can get past how he's upset everybody, I think it just sort of even highlights even more that he's not Satoshi. Because why would Satoshi want that? If Satoshi's done that and it's not been a problem all this time, why is it suddenly an issue now? It's just... It's his last power grab. And I think it's akin to a bully on his last day of school or something, He's just doing everything he can to make everyone else's life as tough as possible because he knows tomorrow morning he's not going to make a difference because he's not got into sixth form.
And the annoying thing is that bitcoincore.org, they kind of submitted to these demands because the issue that you've got is that in the US, if you are sued, you have to pay to defend yourself. Whereas in the UK, that doesn't apply. So in the UK, you can't just go about suing people willy-nilly because you could end up on the hook. But I think in the US, it's different. You pretty much have to have some money to back yourself up with because if someone takes you to court, you have to pay to defend yourself. And obviously, these two websites, or bitcoincore.org, don't have the funds to be in a potential lawsuit with this man who's backed by Calvin Ayre's billions. So Craig Wright can go around threatening people all the time because he knows that a lot of them aren't going to have the funds or the means to defend themselves. Like Peter McCormack has had to, I think, pull out certain elements or withdraw certain elements of his lawsuit because he can't afford to fight all the elements of it. And Hodlnaut as well has had to receive backing from, I think CZ has given him money, and I think he's received a fair bit of money from the Bitcoin and crypto community to fight it. Otherwise, he wouldn't have had a chance.
Yeah.
So bitcoincore.org, not fancying a potential lawsuit, regardless of whether they believed it to be the case or not, they removed the white paper from their website, which CoinGeek and all that lot, all the BSV lot claim was a win for Craig. It proves they knew he was right when it does nothing of the sort. Happily, Bitcoin.org weren't going to be cowed by this, and they put out a statement on their website. They summarized what Craig Wright sent to them. They said yesterday both Bitcoin.org and BitcoinCore.org received allegations of copyright infringement of the Bitcoin white paper by lawyers representing Craig Stephen Wright. In this letter, they claim Craig owns the copyright to the paper, the Bitcoin name, and ownership of Bitcoin.org. They also claim he is Satoshi Nakamoto, the pseudonymous creator of Bitcoin, and the original owner of Bitcoin.org. So that lays out the ridiculous claims that he makes, and we'll come in a second to why he thinks he can back this up.
Yeah.
But they also then go on to say that Bitcoin.org and BitcoinCore.org were both asked to take the white paper down. We believe these claims are without merit and refuse to do so. As I said, BitcoinCore.org did take theirs down. But at the end of their statement, Bitcoin.org say, we will continue hosting the Bitcoin white paper and won't be silenced or intimidated. Others hosting the white paper should follow our lead in resisting these false allegations. Let's set aside the fact that Craig thinks he created Bitcoin and all that stuff in his head is what's backing him up. Do you remember the whole copyright situation from a couple of years ago regarding this?
Yes, and he won a copyright, didn't he, of something?
In May 2019, I remember because you texted me, you said if you check the Bitcoin price, the BSV price, sorry, and I was actually picking up my kid from school, and I looked at it and I thought it went up like 100%. I thought, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And I checked it out, and all the headlines initially made it seem that Craig Wright had been granted copyright of the Bitcoin white paper. Of course, when I came home and checked it out, it was very different from that. What actually happened in May 2019, he tried to register copyright of the Bitcoin white paper with the US Copyright Service.
Okay, so he only registered to apply. He didn't actually win it.
No, he registered, but he tried to claim that meant he'd got it when it was nothing of the sort. Because like a copyright, like a patent, you apply, you are vetted, and you're then confirmed or refused. So he did this, tried to claim that meant he had copyright of it. And then since then, there have been 5 other claims that have been launched. 5 other claims of the same Bitcoin white paper that people have submitted. A lot of them, like our good friend Arthur Van Pelt, are doing it just to make people realise how anyone can do this. Anyone can pay a few quid and file the copyright registration.
Yeah.
It's up to the office to decide who gets it and who doesn't. So Craig Wright has no basis for this whatsoever.
Yeah, that's a bit mad. So if he's the only one applying for it, whoever's handing out these sort of stamps of approval has no idea what this is, they'll be like, yeah, fine, you're the only one asking. Here you go. So I guess maybe that's what he's relying on.
They did this last week. He tried to sue Hodl Law in the UK, and initially the court said you can't sue him in the UK, it's not the right jurisdiction. But last week that was overturned. He won the appeal, and they were going, oh, we've won this court case against Hodl Law. No, you've won the right for the court case to be heard. So they're always doing this. They try and claim any tiny battle as them having won the war. And in this case, Craig didn't even win the battle. He's basically, what he's done is he's claimed he's won the war of the Bitcoin copyright situation when he's basically lined up his soldiers against 5 others, and the battle's taking place because the Copyright Office are the people that decide this. They've made no judgment yet on this, and yet he's still saying that he is the rightful owner because of this.
Oh, interesting. Maybe he's thinking, oh, I applied way before you, so I'm further up the queue. They're just going to say yes. And
yeah, I don't know.
He's going to make a big fool of himself because his language doesn't even match that written in the white paper. He uses different words, different terminology, different phrases. His punctuation and grammar is different. It's very clearly not his writing.
Yeah. I mean, this is something I've done about 3 posts on him this week because I've been so infuriated by him and his actions. And one of the things that I said was that Satoshi Nakamoto was a reclusive genius who started the Bitcoin wheels going. And when it was big enough for him to think, you know what, it can carry on its own and become its own thing, he left it alone to run by itself. And he left and he's not come back since. He's never been heard of since, including leaving something like 1 million Bitcoin in a wallet untouched. That is not the kind of person who then comes back 4 years afterwards with an ego the size of Manhattan, trying to claim this, that, and the other, bullying people into claiming he is who he is. Unless he's had some sort of brain disease and he's got schizophrenia, that is not the person that made Bitcoin.
Exactly. Just the way that this person has allegedly changed. Like, Craig just doesn't fit the profile of Satoshi simply because of how he's acting. The original Satoshi would never have done this. He wouldn't have, if you can just sit there with 1 million Bitcoin just kicking around, even if you don't need the money, you're going to move a little, even just to say it's like gifts to people. You're not going to leave it sat there if you're Craig.
Yeah.
So I think it just sort of compounds the issue that he's not, he's lying. He's trying to steal this away. Honestly, it wouldn't shock me if it was Hal Finney that made this and Craig killed him just to like, oh yeah, now I can take it. Ha ha ha.
Well, this is something else. Every single step that he takes down this path of I am Satoshi Nakamoto is another marker that he is so confident that the real Satoshi Nakamoto is not going to come back. He has either passed away or he is so supremely confident that he's never going to make his appearance that he can say this.
Yeah.
I mean, the only way I could see Satoshi coming back is if he has had enough of Craig's bullshit and he actually says, you know what, this has gone far enough. You're acting like a child. This is who I am. But even then, he left because he didn't want the heat, and he's going to get even more heat now than he did before. So I think no matter how far down this rabbit hole we go, he is not going to make an appearance. And I think Craig Wright knows that, and he's playing on that. And actually, I'm a lot calmer than I was earlier on today. I was pretty seething, as you know, earlier on today, and I noticed a few people, a few crypto kind of organizations were reposting the Bitcoin white paper on their sites as a kind of show of solidarity because, Craig's trying to... It was a bit like when Craig Wright was suing anyone who claimed he was a fraud. Everyone was saying Craig Wright's a fraud, he can't sue everybody. And it's the same principle. Yeah. If everyone reposts the Bitcoin white paper, he can't force us all to take it down. So that's exactly what I did earlier on. And I created a special page, which is fullycrypto.com /Bitcoin-white paper. And I'm just going to read out the kind of preamble that I gave this because I think it sums up how I was feeling earlier on and how I feel about this and maybe how you feel about this as well, Alex.
I think this is how a lot of people should be feeling about this as well, because it's a very serious assault on Bitcoin and the whole community.
Yeah, this just really felt like a step too far for me. All the claims he's made, this, that, and the other is one thing, but trying to actively take down something that is... It's the sacred text of Bitcoin, isn't it? It's the Bitcoin Bible, and when you mess with that, it's a bit like when you mess with America, you mess with American Christianity, then they don't stand for it. You've crossed the line. So I'll read the bit that I wrote that kind of sums up how I was feeling and how, like you say, I think a lot of people are feeling about this. The Bitcoin white paper is a piece of history in many senses. It represents a financial, technological, and social revolution, a way for ordinary people to transact free of government influence. Further than this, it represents freedom from censorship and authoritarian overreach. The author of the Bitcoin white paper is a person or persons unknown who goes by the name of Satoshi Nakamoto. There are some who claim to be Bitcoin's pseudonymous creator, and some who have even made a copyright claim on the Bitcoin white paper itself. These same individuals have tried to legally enforce their alleged copyright claims, but these claims lack any merit as no entity has been granted copyright over the Bitcoin white paper by the bodies responsible. We are taking the measure of uploading the Bitcoin white paper to the FullyCrypto site as we believe that censorship of it in any way flies in the face of Bitcoin's core aims to allow free and equal flow of money, information, and ideas. Supposed ownership of the Bitcoin white paper should not be used for personal gain, especially when the alleged claim is not backed by anything more than threats and intimidation. Bitcoin was made by the few for the many. FullyCrypto intends to keep it that way.
That's spot on. That is, I think that quite nicely sums up how you, I, and hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people are feeling right now.
Yeah.
Because it's basically saying, you know, like, I'm just going to take this all away from you. It's not on. It's like an attack on a NATO country. You start it, NATO's going to finish it. And in this case, the Bitcoin community is NATO.
Yeah. I think you can see the response from most people, as expected. Yeah. Most people are up in arms about this, the fact that he's tried to do this, and the only people supporting him are his BSV cult, which, what do you expect? What do you think happens next? What's your gut feeling of what happens after his attempt here?
I don't know. I think perhaps he's going to push us a little further, and it's going to be a courtroom decision.
Over the copyright ownership?
Yeah. And I think whatever happens there will be the final say. It could be a case that Craig Wright finally kills Bitcoin. It's something he's said he's going to do for a long time. So, fair enough. If he manages to do it, I'll be impressed. You know, he did manage to kill Bitcoin. But I think the court aren't going to be... They're not going to make a quick decision about this. They're going to take their time. And I think he's going to come out the loser. And he's going to get a lot of crap. This could be the end of any project he ever touches again. How about you?
Even if it doesn't get to the court case stage, you still have to go through the US Copyright Office, and you have to get their approval, because that's the first hurdle. You know, they will be asking for evidence. You have to supply evidence to back up your claim. He's going to give them all the manufactured, fabricated, doctored documents he's given to every courtroom he's ever set foot in. So it really depends whether the US Copyright Office is as thorough with their analysis as all the judges have been to this point who have looked at Craig Wright's stuff. I would imagine when it comes to copyright and patents, it's a very, very serious thing. And even if what he provides them, let's say what he provides them is adequate in terms of accuracy, let's say they think, yes, okay, this is correct, it may still not even be enough, because he has to meet their burden of proof. So even if he submits enough relevant information that, you know, that is accepted, it still might not be enough to get them over the threshold. Now, of course, the other guys that have registered their copyright claims, they're doing it for a joke, or they're doing it to prove a point, so they're not going to get anywhere near it. Craig Wright's the only one who can legitimately, in inverted commas, make this claim. If he is not awarded it, I don't think anyone has got a hope in hell of being awarded it, which would be fantastic. Obviously, that's the outcome we're looking for.
Yeah.
But I do have a concern that he's going to hoodwink them with fake doctored information, and that's going to be enough for them to grant him copyright ownership, in which case, then I wouldn't say it kills Bitcoin, but it tramples all over a lot of what Bitcoin is about and what it hopes to achieve.
Yeah. But I think then that in itself proves that he's not Satoshi, because he's just gone against everything Satoshi would have wanted and would have done. So whilst it could be a victory for him, I don't think it's going to be a victory for him and BSV in the sense that it's a victory. He might get a copyright thing, but he's not going to own Bitcoin. That doesn't mean he owns the Bitcoin ecosystem. It doesn't mean he created it. Just means that some stupid idiot who works in the patent office for the copyright people or whatever has gone like, yeah, I don't know anything about Bitcoin. It's all yours, mate. Go for it.
Yeah.
I think before something like this is given out, there should be proper research done, a panel brought in of experts on this topic, field and subject. And, if they don't do that, then any decision they take can't be taken seriously.
I think we're lucky that it's being looked at now, because if this had been looked at many years ago, let's say when he first came out in 2015, those Gizmodo and Wired articles first came out because he leaked the information to them. If this had come out then, he may have stood more of a chance. I think as time has gone on and as Bitcoin has become more of a known entity and it's actually worth more in real terms, I think it will be taken a lot more seriously. It could have just been, back in the day, it's just this upstart cryptocurrency that, what does that matter? But now, a tiny bit of research is going to make these people making this decision realize that there is hundreds of billions of dollars not riding on this, but the ecosystem is made up of hundreds of billions of dollars worth of investment now.
Yeah.
It just goes to show that it's a bigger decision to make than it was a while ago. And hopefully that means they will take more steps to authenticate it properly.
Yeah, to take it seriously almost. Because I guess you're right. If you did this 5 years ago, I don't think anyone would have batted an eyelid. Someone would just stamp like, "Yep, fine, off you go. See you later." Whereas now it's a bit more well known. Everyone knows the name Bitcoin. So if that pops up on like a thing you've got a stamp today, you're gonna let me just check this quickly because that's a big thing. It's like saying, "Oh, I own Ford," or "I own the ocean." Like, it's gonna make you think, is that really true? Like, let me check it. So, I mean, hopefully you're right, and hopefully someone does a bit more digging and some research before they just stamp this.
I think we've got more of a chance of it being looked at carefully, and I think, like you say, in terms of the end game, when we go back to the bully analogy, bullies end up marginalizing and then isolating themselves. In the end, they run out of friends. They've got maybe one or two, behind them shaking their fists and yeah, you tell them, but in doing this, whether he succeeds or not, in doing this, Wright has just isolated himself more. And that may not bother him. It may not bother him, but there is a point when you need a community. If you're operating within a very select community and you isolate yourself again and again and again, and they're going to turn on you and ostracize you. Exactly. And then everything you're trying to achieve is just going to be lost because no one is left supporting you.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to have no one around you because you're not supporting anyone else. You're just tearing everything everyone else has done down.
Yeah, you're trying to break everything else down and make yours stand alone as the best. It doesn't end well.
You're listening to the FullyCrypto podcast.
So, as today's a bit of a special podcast, Mark, I've got a little surprise for you.
Okay, I'm concerned already.
No, I've got a surprise. This is a nice surprise. Well, it might be a nice surprise. I hope you've been really paying attention to the news lately, because I've got a special quiz for you.
Oh, now normally I like quizzes, but I also don't trust you. So that's a problem.
No, you can trust this quiz. This is a really fun quiz that I've got for you. It took me a very long time to put together. So hopefully I can prove you to be maybe Satoshi Nakamoto. Maybe you'll answer every question and get 100%. If you do, I'll send you a special surprise in the mail.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Okay, I'm gonna try my best to get my special surprise. Okay.
You gotta try.
Oh, I will try. I'm gonna take this very seriously.
All right, you ready? I've got like 4 different categories for you.
Oh my god. Okay, this is like Trivial Pursuit.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, whenever you're ready, shoot.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You sure?
Let's do it.
So first up, we're gonna start with general knowledge. So, as of September 2020, which is the fastest blockchain in terms of transactions per second? Is it Stellar, Dash, EOS, or Ripple?
It's not Dash. Stellar Lumens is a fork of XRP, so it's probably going to be the same. So I'm going to go for EOS.
Yeah, it's
hey!
Right. It's got nearly double Ripple.
I thought it did. Did you like my process of deduction there? I was being very Sherlock Holmes about that.
I did, actually. You sort of worked it out. Yeah.
Okay.
I did like that. And you know what? Despite being a fork of Ripple, Stellar's actually much slower. It's around 700 transactions a second slower than Ripple.
Really?
Yeah, despite being a near match-for-match fork.
Did not know that.
Alright, so next up, what is Tendermint? A sub 100 altcoin, a BFT consensus engine, a blockchain PR firm, or a crypto Twitter personality?
Oh, do you know what? I learned about this, or at least I heard about it not long ago, but I can't for the life of me remember. Run through them again.
Yep. A sub 100 altcoin, so an altcoin that's like ranked lower than 100. A BFT consensus engine, that's Byzantine fault tolerant. A blockchain PR firm, or a crypto Twitter personality like
B.
Plodden or
B.
B. A BFT consensus engine.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right.
Go on, get in.
Nice guess.
Whew.
Yeah, it's quite an interesting one. Like, there are a few blockchains using it, a few big blockchains, and they're actually building a whole bunch more projects. They're a group of people who are sort of trying to make blockchain a bit more accessible and easier to use.
Which is what we need, really.
Yeah. All right, so you ready for number 3?
I am. Bring it on. Doing well.
All right. What is UTXO?
Oh.
Is it the protocol for sending Bitcoin, a database for storing dust transactions, a method of verifying the coin base, or the unspent change from a crypto transaction?
UTXO. I have no idea. What does that stand for? Go through them again.
The protocol for sending Bitcoin, a database for storing dust transactions, a method of verifying the coin base, or the unspent change from a crypto transaction?
I think it's A or D. Can I go 50-50, or is that not allowed?
Yeah, you go 50-50. You get A and D.
You knew bloody would. All right, A.
A? Oh, unfortunately, you're incorrect.
Damn it.
It's the unspent change from a crypto transaction.
I've never come across that before, obviously. Oh, well.
Alright, so question number 4. I'm not very good at maths there. So, what is the maximum number of block reward reductions in the original Bitcoin protocol?
Oh.
Is it 12, 32, 72, or 197?
Okay, we can. My maths is terrible, but we can sort of work this out. So we've had 3, and we're down to 6.25. So one more halving is 3 point whatever that is. Then 1 point. Then okay. I think it's 12 or 32, because beyond that you're going to be in the realms of 0.00 something. So I am going to go for 12.
12, you sure that's your final answer?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, according to CoinMarketCap, it's 32.
Damn it, I thought there was too many.
Well, I was wrong as well. I thought it was 33.
Oh, damn. 50%. I'm not too pleased with myself.
You were very close. I mean, you split the last 2 down into 2 where you've had the answer in your final 2. So it's very close. Closer than I got in the Christmas quiz.
Right, let's push on.
All right, so question 5. What is the holding area that Bitcoin transactions sit in while waiting to be processed by miners called? The mempool, the holding bay, the transaction queue, or the gas station?
The mempool.
Yeah, it is. That one's very easy.
Although I quite like the gas station. It's quite cute.
Yeah, I thought that. I thought of Ethereum, they got gas station. Why not? All right, so that's the end of the general knowledge round. Now we're moving on to the most exciting one by far, the FullyCrypto round.
Okay.
Now this one's all about FullyCrypto because this is the FullyCrypto podcast. Don't care about Joe Rogan, Donald Trump, whatever. This is the FullyCrypto podcast. So you got FullyCrypto questions.
I don't even care what Bitcoin did, to be honest. That's how little I care about the podcasts.
All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
So at FullyCrypto, who currently hodls XRP? Is it Utxo, Alex B, me, or all of the above?
Oh, do you know what? I'm tempted to say all of you, because everyone knows it's a shitcoin, but everyone knows it pumps. So it's tricky. It's a 50-50. I'm going to say that all of you do.
Yeah, we do. You're right.
Hey!
That's very impressive. It's a shitcoin. We're all shitty investors.
But you do it because it pumps. Well, it did. It used to. Then it got turned into a stable coin.
When they win their lawsuit, it's going to happen.
Yes. Okay.
All right. Question 2 of the Fully Crypto round. Who was the first Fully Crypto to get into crypto? Was it you, Utxo, me, or Alex B?
I think it was me or Alex B. I got in 2017. I think Alex B.
You think it was Alex B?
Yeah.
Oh, it was you.
Was it? Oh!
You pipped him at the post by a couple of months.
Did I? Oh, close again.
Yeah, it was very, very close. It was 52 days difference.
Oh gosh, I'm just missing the targets with these.
You are. You're very close each time you get it wrong. So I'll give you that.
Okay, let's try and get it back.
So, next up. Yeah, bring it back here now. What is the most popular Fully Crypto article of all time?
Did you buy one? I expect.
Coinbase wins. You never know. Remember, we should get likes. Was it Coinbase wins the Bitcoin Gold appeal? Yam the Frankenstein? Tor network compromised? Or David Portnoy makes the Winklevi?
Now then, I've got to think about who's more likely to have come across these. Run through them again for me.
Yep. Coinbase wins the Bitcoin Gold appeal. Yam the Frankenstein. Tor network compromised. Or David Portnoy meets the Winklevi?
See, I'm tempted to say that one because I think that one would have had more appeal, but yeah, I'll go with that one.
Oof, unfortunately, you're wrong.
Oh.
It's the Tor network being compromised by Bitcoin.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm surprised.
It's out there by a long way as well.
Well.
Yeah.
Did I write that one?
Yes, you did. You wrote all of these.
Oh, fair enough. I have got terrible memory. I mean, I've written so many hundreds or thousands by now. It's no surprise I've forgotten.
What is it? It must be 4,000 or 5,000 you've done at least now.
I do not know. I'm sure we could work it out, but it's going to be in that kind of range.
Right, next up we got question number 4 is that. Which has been the most popular Fully Crypto podcast episode on streaming platforms so far? Now, this doesn't include YouTube.
Okay.
So this is, for example, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, whatever. Is it Bye Bye 2020, The Meta One Scam Exposed, Meet Change Angel, or Meet Beaksy?
I really want to say Meta One because that's my favourite one we've ever done, and I think it's worthy of it. But I am probably going to say Goodbye 2020 because I think that might have grabbed more people.
Ooh, interesting there. It's actually Meet Beaksy.
Is it?
Yes, by a long way.
Oh, the Beaksy clan. I mean, they did quite a good job in promoting it, so I think that's probably
they did
why.
a very good job.
Yeah.
If you include YouTube, the Meta One Scam Exposed is the favourite.
Good. Oh, I'm pleased.
Right, final Fully Crypto question. Are you ready for this one? And this one's this is like the toughest one, so I'm a bit worried for you right now.
Oh God, I'm doing so badly.
You got one right in the Fully Crypto section.
Yeah, don't. That's not good enough.
Right, so when did the new style of Fully Crypto launch?
Sorry, so just to clarify, this isn't when Fully Crypto launched. This is when we had the visual revamp.
So this is the super sexy style that everybody loves, with the dark, light mode, whatnot.
Okay.
So was it April 16th, 2020, May 13th, 2020, March 22nd, 2020, or February 6th, 2020?
Oh my God, I thought it was only about 3 or 4 months ago. I thought it was really late last year. So that's completely thrown me. Ooh. So run them through again, but in date order.
Okay, so was it February 6th, March 22nd, April 16th, or May 13th?
I've got to go May 13th, because that's the latest one.
Ooh, it was April 16th.
Do you know what? That was when I thought we relaunched this Fully Crypto.
I believe it was actually 2019 we went to Fully Crypto.
That's what it is then. 2020 has gone so quickly, I've missed a year.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that was an abysmal round for me.
It really, really was.
All right, okay, next round.
All right, so we're going to move on to the history round.
Okay,
so you ready?
I'm ready.
Who made the first widely recorded Bitcoin transaction? Was it Hal Finney, Laszlo Hansiez, Nick Szabo, or Craig Wright?
Well, Hal Finney.
You sure? Is that your final answer?
No.
So let me just do the question again for you. Who made the first widely recorded Bitcoin transaction?
Well, hang on a minute. That doesn't make any sense. Either it was recorded or it wasn't, because it's a blockchain.
I know, every transaction is recorded, but this is the one that the universe picked up on. No one cares about what happened on the first day of Bitcoin, because then you just say it went to Satoshi.
So what you mean is who made the first popular... Oh.
Who made the first transaction that people really paid attention to?
Right, okay, now I'm with you. So that's going to be your pizza man, isn't it?
Oh, it is, you're right. It's Laszlo.
Yeah. Yes.
There we go.
Okay.
Another question
Good.
right. Nice, getting back on.
Come on.
Alright, so how much was Mt. Gox hacked for the first time round?
Oh, well, now you throw me.
Was it 500 Bitcoin, 700 Bitcoin, 2,000 Bitcoin, or 3,000 Bitcoin?
700. I've gone for it. 700.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It was C, 2,000 Bitcoin.
No.
Which was only worth 30 grand at the time.
Imagine.
Could you imagine having 2,000 Bitcoin right now?
I don't. I like you, but I wouldn't be here.
Yeah, same.
This would never have
It wouldn't
happened.
be anywhere. Yeah, this wouldn't happen. I would be on Tinaga Island.
Yes. Oh, I was close, but no cigar again. All right. Okay. Damn.
It was close. Alright, so what was the first ERC20 token? Was it Maker, Augur, Nexo, or Bancor? See if you know your Ethereum history.
The first ERC20 token.
So you got Maker, Augur, Nexo, or Bancor?
Augur.
Augur, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a decentralized betting market where you could put up anything you want, and as long as people want to bet on it and you can verify the outcome, it's a winner. Alright, so I'm hoping you know the answer to this one. I'm going to be really upset if you don't, because I got this question from you actually. So, how much was Bitcoin worth when Trump started his presidency? 870, 1,150, 760, or 920? This is US dollars.
Oh. Okay, so you're talking December... Sorry, when he was elected or when he took office?
When he started, when he took office.
When he started. So January 20th, 2016, what was Bitcoin worth? Go through them again.
$870, $1,150, $760, or $920?
I'm trying to think in my head of what was happening with the bull markets around that time. I think it was coming... No, it would have... The 2015 run would have ended. It was just coming back up again off that. I'm going to go for the 700 and something.
You sure?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was $920.
Oh, was it that high?
Yeah, it was.
Because that's really annoying. Because I remember paying like 2,000 and something or 1,000 and something for it over a year later. You're talking like a year and a half difference, and the price has barely moved. And I thought it had moved much more since then. Oh no.
Yeah, you actually commented on a tweet with this in it the other day.
Did I?
That's where I got it. Yeah, that's where I got this from.
I don't remember. I do not remember doing that.
Yeah.
Oh well. Oh dear.
Yeah. So next up, the final one in the history one. See if you can make it 3-2. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm deflated now, to be honest.
You're doing well. You're doing well. Some of these questions are mean.
All right. Okay.
Which exchange was the first to get a bit license? Circle, Coinbase, Kraken, or Gemini?
I can see them all applying fairly quickly. Let's go Coinbase.
You sure?
Yeah.
It was Circle.
Oh, damn it.
No, Coinbase are fairly recent
Was it?
compared to the other three.
Oh,
Yeah, Circle was the very, very first. It sort of changed the American crypto industry, Circle getting that one.
okay, next one.
Now I'd like to see you get 5 out of 5 here. It's going to be your redeeming feature. Let's end this on a high. It's our final podcast together. Let's do this, alright?
Okay.
Okay, so this is a Who Am I round. I'm going to read out like a description of someone, and you're going to guess who they are.
I like this.
Right, so I have a clone, and I am regarded as one of the wealthiest people in crypto. I also co-own the most compliant crypto exchange in the world. Am I Justin Sun,
No.
Mark Carpils,
No.
Tyler Winklevoss,
Yes.
or Chang Peng?
Tyler Winklevoss.
You are indeed.
Hey! Loved
It's
it. Okay.
It's freaky how similar they look.
It really, really is, yeah.
Yeah, I believe that Gemini has applied for the most licenses and registration things in the world.
They have got them coming out of the back door. Like, they've got insurance, they've got compliance, they've got the lot. It's just a shame their fees are so expensive.
Oh, well, that's why, because you pay for all their
You've got to
licenses.
pay for it. That's true, yeah.
Right, so you're 1 for 1. Can you make it
Come
2
on.
for 2? My company makes it possible to interact with the Bitcoin world without an internet connection. Is it Elon Musk, Adam Back, Jameson Lopp, or Brian Armstrong?
It's whoever runs Blockstream. Who does Blockstream? Go through them again.
Elon Musk,
No.
Adam Back, Jameson Lopp, Brian Armstrong.
Adam Back.
Yes.
Yes! Come on!
Nice. Alright, 2 from 2. Can you make it 3 from 3?
Yes, I can, damn it.
You can do this. I've got a feeling you can
Okay.
do it. Alright, ready?
Yes.
I've gone from being a journalist to one of the most respected names in the blockchain world. Am I Craig Wright, Peter Schiff, Vitalik Buterin, or Barry Silbert?
Craig Wright's not respected, so we can get rid of that one. Who was number 2?
Peter Schiff.
No, he's not respected either in the Bitcoin world. So it's only going to be one of the last 2. Vitalik, was he ever a journalist? I think he might have been, actually. Yes, he was. Vitalik.
He was, yeah. You're right.
Yes.
He was at Bitcoin Magazine.
Yes. Oh, I love when your memory works.
Yeah, he used to work for like 10 Bitcoin an article.
Oh, wow.
I know, can you imagine that today?
Oh.
I mean, if you were doing your 6,000 articles at 10 Bitcoin a pop.
Yeah, I'd be charging about the same for these podcasts as well.
Yeah, lucky Mrs. Hunter.
Right. How many more have we got in this round? I'm liking this round.
2 more and then you are done.
Okay, bring them on. Fire them at me.
I co-founded a company that makes software that powers the Lightning Network. Am I Elizabeth Stark, Vinnie Lingham, Samson Moe, or Jimmy Song?
Oh, that's trickier. I don't know who Elizabeth Stark is as such, but I'm pretty sure she actually co-founded the Lightning Network, like right from the start. Whether she did the company that wrote the software and stuff. Well, no, I'm going to say her because she's the only one I think has got any remote link to it. So I'm going to say Elizabeth Stark.
Yep, you're right.
Yes!
She's one of the most impressive females in blockchain and crypto, if you ask me. Between her and Meltem Demoise, if that's how you pronounce her name, I would say those 2 are the most important women in blockchain right now.
Well, in that case, I'm glad I guessed her right.
Alright, final one. Can you make it 5 and 5?
Damn right.
Yeah?
Yeah, come
You're
on.
confident, are you?
Oh, I am.
Alright. This one is a relatively easy one, I think. This was supposed to be an easy question. I wish I made it harder now. Alright, so I sold all of my coins from my own project at the very top in 2017.
I know him.
And
I know
don't
him.
regret it.
I know him. I know
Who is
him.
it?
It's oh god, Lee, Litecoin. Oh, well,
Yeah,
it's
Charlie
first
Lee.
Charlie Lee, Litecoin. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Hey.
You don't need to know the answers. The other ones I had down for you to pick from were Satoshi, Brad Garlinghouse, or Jed McCallum.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah, you did well there. You got 5 out of 5 there. So what's that? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 out of 20. That's not bad.
Oh, see, now I'm disappointed because I got loads of the FullyCrypto questions wrong, which is kind of annoying. And I'm really annoyed at the ones that I got in the first round where I was like just off. I kind of narrowed them down to 2 and picked the wrong one. So I'm kind of annoyed I picked the wrong one those times. But oh no, that was good fun. I did enjoy that, and I liked the variety. That was a nice little selection pack of questions. Thank you for that.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I tried to mix it up a bit for you. Keep it interesting. Keep you on your toes.
I think that was a lovely way to finish off the episode, and to finish off this kind of epoch of the FullyCrypto podcast. But before we do sign off, I'm going to make a very sort of public thank you. just thank you for helping me launch the Fully Crypto podcast. It wouldn't have been possible without you across the Mediterranean from me on our sometimes cold, wet and windy evenings doing this together. And more, just for the last couple of years. I think you started at what was BitStars News before me, but then I joined in October 2018, which seems like a long time ago. And it's been a real pleasure working with you for the past, 2 and a bit years. I think there are times when we've both kept each other sane. We've had plenty of laughs, especially with the podcast in the last few months. It's been fun slating Craig Wright. It's been fun pulling Meta 1 apart in particular. It's been fun watching Bitcoin go from $3,000 to $42,000, even if we weren't part of most of it.
Yeah, exactly. It's been amazing. Like, I remember that morning very specifically. Like, that is I don't know, out of everything, that's the one memory that will always stick with me. Is we were both up very early that morning for reasons unknown to mankind. I remember we were both chatting on Slack. We were both watching the chart go. It went from like 3,100 and it just went. I'll never forget that. Like, the candles were just massive. Yeah. They were just going up and up and up.
Off the screen.
And that's something that's always... Exactly, they were off the screen. That's something that's always going to stick with me.
Yeah.
And that's a memory we'll share forever.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I think that's something... there are lots of people that get into crypto and they kind of muddle about a bit by themselves, and they're on Twitter asking these Twitter influencers for their advice and stuff. And a lot of people don't have the community, even if it's just one other person, to bounce ideas off. And I do think it's a really important part of it. And I'm lucky that I've had you to bounce ideas off in the past 2 years, and other people in my other kind of parts of the crypto community as well. And I think that's one thing I would say to people actually, is if you can find someone else that kind of gets it as well, that is maybe starting out at the same time as you, can help each other, give each other advice, and you're on the same sort of playing field. It not only helps you when you're learning about the space, but yeah, you can enjoy times like that with someone, and you can commiserate when you both make losses. It's a really important part of the journey for me.
It's nice camaraderie to have. You don't need a whole army of people. You just need one other person. That's more than enough, and you guys can have a lot of fun. You can you cheer each other on, help each other, and comfort each other in their losses. We all make mistakes. We all lose a bit here and there. Some of us lose a bit more than others, but you know what? As long as you've got someone there to sort of listen to you and be like, you know what, mate, don't worry, it's going to be okay.
I think so. I'll just end by saying that Fully Crypto Towers is not going to be the same without you swanning around the pool in nothing but a loosely fastened dressing gown. It's not going to be the same. No. But fear not, dear listener, because the Fully Crypto podcast will continue. We will have the same news roundups, opinions, cracking interviews, and plenty of laughs as well. It will sound a bit different in the weeks coming up. It won't have Alex swearing and burping every 5 minutes. So don't think of this as the end. This is just the beginning of the new kind of phase of Fully Crypto. So make sure that you still continue to like and subscribe on your platform of choice, so you don't miss out on all the fun that is to come. Alex, like I said, it's been a pleasure working with you and having a good laugh with you over the past kind of couple of years and a bit.
Thank you for having me, and I wish you guys all the very best of luck. I wish, Fully Crypto the most success. I hope you guys carry on this amazing path you started down. I hope you achieve what you guys have set out to do. I'll support you every step of the way from the sidelines. I'll be tuning in every week. Looking forward to your news updates.
Oh, they'll be coming. So, from me, Mark Hunter, it's goodbye for 1 week. And for Alex, it's goodbye forever.
Forever, yeah. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for listening. And thank you for everything. I wish you all the best of luck.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you.
And speak to you soon, everyone.
Ciao, bye.